Each upper elementary title in the Fizz and Martina series contains 4 episodes. An episode includes 2 separate math problems, which together take about 1 class period to complete. For each problem, students will need 2 worksheets, the video notes and the team questions. Students use these worksheets as they follow a simple 3-step process. Let's take a closer look at how this process works. Students begin by watching and listening to the animated story.
But anyway, I brought $20. Is that enough to pay all my dues? Or do I have to run home to get more out of my mattress? I hope it's enough money, because if I have to run home, we might not have time for all of our important club business.
As they watch, students record important numbers and information on the video notes worksheet. Later, they will use these notes to help solve the math problems that arise in the story.
Most 3rd graders are not used to taking notes. So after the first session, then we talked about what that video note section is for and how it can be actually a benefit for them. So I teach the children how to take notes. And I think that's a life learning experience that they'll use high school, college, taking notes all the time while the lecture is happening.
Eventually, the characters in the story encounter a math problem. The video comes to a stop, and students return to their teams for the second stage of the process, writing and coaching. Students now work with their teammates to solve the problem presented in the story. Using the information in their video notes, they complete the 3 team questions. The first question asks students to solve the problem presented in the story. The answer must include both a number and units.
How much money does Martina owe the club? $18.
The second question asks students to explain how they found their solution. Students must answer in complete sentences and must not use any numbers in their explanation.
I multiplied the cost of Martina's weekly dues by the number of weeks she hasn't paid.
This is the heart of the Fizz and Martina process. As students work to explain their strategies in clear, everyday language, they develop a deeper understanding of the mathematics involved.
Most of the students can handle the 3 times 6 is $18. They know she's got enough money. The question is, can you explain it not using any numbers? And that is a challenge for kids, because then they have to move from just being reliant on numbers to relying on the concept that's involved.
Finally, the third question asks students to predict the consequences of their answer for certain characters in the video, bringing the problem back into the context of the story.
Because she has $20, and if she didn't have enough, she would have to go home. So let's write that down.
Students soon learn that it is essential to discuss and share information. Later, one student will be chosen at random to present the team's answer, so there is a built-in incentive to make sure everyone in the group really understands the team's solution.
What the small group model does is it pairs students up with differing skills and different learning styles and indeed teaching styles, because they're responsible for making sure that the other group members also have the correct information and not only have it, but understand the information.
When the allotted time is up, students turn over their worksheets and continue with the final step, the team quiz. The teacher begins by selecting a team. The Team Picker feature is a playful way to ensure equal participation by all groups. The teacher then chooses a student from the selected team to answer the first team question. This student must answer without looking at his or her written work.
When I'm calling upon the kids, I do take into account which child in the cooperative group I call on, who feels comfortable, who needs a boost. I would particularly call on them.
Evaluating students' answers, especially for questions 2 and 3, can be a subjective process. We've provided sample answers in the teacher's guide and on the CD-ROM, but in the end, it's up to you to set clear standards and help students understand how they could improve their answers.
You multiply the cost of her weekly dues by the number of weeks she hasn't paid. Very good.
If the student's answer is correct and complete, every member of the team wins a special award card, reinforcing the idea that all team members contributed to this success.
The kids love the parts. They learn the characters so well in the video that they even get down to what Fizz cards they want. It can get pretty competitive, and I do play that up, too, in the beginning.
If the answer is not acceptable, this presents an opportunity to emphasize the value of good teamwork by placing responsibility on the entire team.
You didn't write anything, David? Oh, that's unfortunate. Your team members should have made sure that you had something written down for question 3. All right, purple team, next time you need to work a little bit better as a team.
Once a team is answered, the teacher may solicit additional answers from other teams, or may simply move on to the next question. After quizzing students on all 3 team questions, it's time to return to the video story to find out what happens next. Soon, students will encounter another problem, and the process begins all over again. As you use Fizz and Martina's math adventures in your classroom, you'll be amazed at the results.
It was nice to see girls in the classroom taking stronger leadership roles in mathematics activities.
I have one boy who can't read at all. He could never read the word problems of Fizz and Martina, but he can tell you those answers and he can explain it. His teammates will notice that he's an important part of their team, and he feels pretty good about himself.
I have a 5th grade girl named Rachel who doesn't exude confidence in math. She has excellent oral skills, and in her Fizz and Martina group, she is a leader, she is confident, and she is very eager to participate.
I've honestly never seen kids so engrossed in a math lesson.